Does the world you see when your eyes are closed truly exist? Every night, we spend a third of our lives immersed in a parallel universe, a place where logic is warped, the dead come alive, and our deepest fears sprout legs, chasing us through dark, unfamiliar hallways. We wake up, shake our heads, and dismiss them. Just a random, weird dream. But that is a profound mistake. In deep psychology, dreams are not random neurological firing. They are a communication channel, an overnight report from the real chief executive officer of your life, the subconscious mind. It is humanity's first language, a language composed not of words, but of symbols, raw emotion, and metaphor. And like any language, if you don't learn how to read it, you are missing half the story of who you are. The subconscious doesn't care about your meetings, your deadlines, or your utility bills. It cares about the truth. It cares about your unhealed wounds, your suppressed desires, and the internal conflicts that you are too busy during the day to confront today. We won't just decode dreams. We will learn how to truly listen to them. Here are the 7 most universal signs, the 7 messages your subconscious is trying to send you, and they are far more important than you think. Sign 1. The endless loop. Recurring dreams. Let's start with the most urgent signal, the soul's distress call. Is there a specific dream you've had since you were a child? Or perhaps one that started a few months ago, but reappears weekly, never deviating? The same setting, the same emotions, the familiar feeling of fear or confusion. Maybe you dream you are constantly late for an exam, even though you graduated from university a decade ago. You can't find the exam room, or your pen won't write. This is not a glitch in the system. This is a feature. Your subconscious is acting like a patient teacher, making you retake a test you haven't passed yet. A recurring dream signifies an unresolved core issue. It's a psychological conflict, a life lesson, or a fundamental fear you are consciously refusing to address. If you dream of exams, it might not be about studying. It might be about imposter syndrome. You fear you aren't good enough, that you will be found out as incompetent in your current role. If you dream you are lost in your childhood home, it could be that you feel directionless in your present life, searching for a lost sense of security. The loop will not stop. It will only change forms. When you resolve the issue in real life, the dream will simply disappear. Ignore it, and it will grow louder and scarier. Self-reflection questions. What is the subject of your recurring dream? What is the dominant emotion you feel within it? Fear, confusion, guilt? Which area of your waking life does that emotion correspond to right now? Identifying it is the first step to breaking the loop. Sign 2. The unseen pursuer, being chased. You are running, your heart is pounding, your breath is ragged. You dare not look behind you, but you know it is there. A shadow, a monster, an unfamiliar person. You run into a dead end. You wake up. This is the classic manifestation of avoidance. In waking life, this pursuer is something you are actively running from. What is it? A debt you don't want to think about? A difficult conversation with your boss or partner? A responsibility that feels overwhelming? Or even an emotion you forbid yourself from feeling, such as anger, grief, or jealousy? The mystery lies in who or what is the pursuer. If it's an abstract monster, it usually represents a major fear, like failure, loneliness, or an addictive behavior. If the pursuer is someone you know, it could be an unresolved conflict with that person. Or that person represents a quality you dislike. You hate your boss's controlling nature, and you dream of them chasing you. But here is the deepest psychological twist. Often, the pursuer is you. It is a part of your own self that you have denied. Your ambition, your creativity, or the darker aspects of your shadow self. You are running away from your own potential, or the parts of yourself you deem bad. Self-reflection. Questions. Next time the dream happens, try something incredibly brave, though difficult. Stop, turn around and face it. Ask it, what do you want? The answer might shock you. Sign 3. The Freefall, falling from a height. That lurching, sinking feeling in your stomach. You've slipped off a cliff or a rooftop. There's nothing to grab. You are falling endlessly into the void. This is the quintessential dream of loss of control. If the chasing dream is about avoidance, the falling dream is about insecurity and anxiety. It feels like the rug has been pulled out from under you. This dream usually appears when the foundation of your life is shaking. You might be facing job insecurity, a relationship on the brink of collapse, or a major financial worry. You feel utterly helpless. It is important to note the difference between falling and flying, which we will discuss later. Flying is a controlled act, offering freedom. Falling is completely passive, a surrender into panic. Sometimes the fall is so intense that it triggers a hypnic jerk, or sleep start, that jolts you awake. This is a physiological phenomenon, where your brain misinterprets muscle relaxation and thinks you are actually dying, sending a shock to save you. Psychologically, this shock is the subconscious's wake-up call. Hey, wake up. There is an area of your life that is totally out of your grasp. Pay attention to it. Self-reflection. Questions. Where in your life are you feeling unanchored? Which area do you feel you have no control over and you've resigned yourself to fate? What is the smallest action you can take tomorrow to reclaim 1% of your power there? Sign 4. The symbol of powerlessness. Teeth falling out. This is perhaps one of the most viscerally disturbing and haunting dream images. You feel your teeth loosen. You lightly push them with your tongue, and they fall out. Or worse, they crumble like plaster, and you spit them out into your hand. The feeling is one of disgust and panic. To understand this dream, we must understand what teeth represent. Teeth are biologically tools for survival, eating. Socially, they are symbols of confidence, a healthy smile, power, a strong bite, and most importantly, the ability to communicate, to speak. Dreaming of losing your teeth is a dream about powerlessness and loss of agency. You are in a situation where you feel your words carry no weight. You feel unable to defend yourself. You fear being judged by others. You are anxious about your appearance or how others perceive you. This dream is also strongly linked to repressed communication. There is something you need to say, a truth you need to speak, but you dare not. You are biting your tongue, and your subconscious is manifesting that rotting feeling internally through the image of crumbling teeth. Self-reflection questions. Where are you feeling powerless? What difficult truth are you swallowing and keeping quiet about? What conversation are you avoiding out of fear of the consequences? Sign 5. The Transcendence. Flying. Not all messages from the subconscious are frightening. Some are celebrations. In direct contrast to the freefall, you dream you are flying. You effortlessly lift yourself off the ground. You soar above the city, over mountains. The feeling is one of profound freedom, liberation power. This is a dream of transcendence and perspective. Your subconscious is telling you, you did it. You have risen above a problem. Perhaps you have just resolved a complex conflict, broken free from a toxic relationship, or achieved a major goal. You are operating at a higher level, where you can look down at your previous struggles and see them for how small they truly were. This is a dream of spiritual release and mastery. But pay attention to the variation. You are flying, but barely skimming the ground, struggling to stay aloft. Oh, meaning, you crave freedom, but something, or someone, is still holding you back. You are not fully liberated yet. You are flying, but getting caught in electrical wires or trees. Oh, meaning, you are on the path to success, but there are social or communication obstacles impeding your progress. The flying dream is a gift. It shows you what absolute freedom feels like. Self-reflection. Questions. How can you bring that feeling of effortless freedom into your waking life? Which issue did you just rise above to earn this reward? Sign 6. The reunion, meeting the deceased or exes. These are the most emotionally charged dreams. You dream of your late grandmother. She looks healthy, she smiles at you, and she hands you a piece of cake. You wake up feeling peaceful and perhaps tearful. Or you dream of an ex-partner you broke up with years ago. You are arguing, just like the old days. We must clearly distinguish two types: the visitation dream and the processing dream. 1. The visitation dream, the deceased. These dreams are often calm. The person who has passed away appears healthy and younger. They may not speak, but you feel a message. I'm okay. I love you. Or, don't worry. This is the psyche's, and perhaps the spiritual realm's, way of giving you comfort and healing. It is a form of closure and acceptance. 2. The processing dream, exes, old friends. These dreams are often messy and emotional. You are fighting, you are angry, you are distressed. The most critical thing to understand is, this dream is not about them. Your subconscious is using that person's image as a symbol to speak about the present. What did that ex-partner represent? A lesson you haven't learned? A fear of abandonment? An unresolved anger that is being triggered in your current life? Dreaming of an ex usually means a similar wound is being activated in your waking life. The subconscious is pulling up the old file and saying, "Hey, be careful. This situation feels familiar." Self-reflection. Questions. What quality did the person in your dream represent? Unconditional love? Betrayal? Safety? How does that message relate to your life today? Sign 7. The stark truth, public nudity. And finally, the dream of ultimate exposure. You are at school, at work, or giving a presentation. You look down and realize you are completely naked. Everyone is staring. A feeling of shame, panic, and vulnerability washes over you. This is imposter syndrome, perfectly personified in a dream. This dream is all about the fear of exposure and being judged. You are terrified that your true self, with all your perceived flaws, insecurities, and weaknesses, will be revealed to the world. You feel like a fraud in your own life. You fear you are not smart enough, not talented enough, not good enough to be where you are, despite the mask you wear every day. Are you about to give an important presentation? Starting a new job? In a new relationship and afraid that if they knew the real you, they would leave? This dream will surface. The intriguing variation. You are naked, but nobody notices? Everyone walks around normally. Meaning, this is an even more profound message. It means your fear of judgment is entirely internal. You're judging yourself too harshly, but the outside world truly doesn't care that much. You can finally let go. Self-reflection. Questions. Which mask are you wearing too tightly? Which secret or weakness are you most afraid of being exposed? Self-acceptance, even of your imperfections, is the antidote to this dream. Conclusion. Listen. Don't dismiss your dreams are not fortune-telling. They are feedback. They are not an enemy sent to frighten you. They are the most honest messenger, the wisest counselor you have, coming from the most knowing part of yourself. They point out the nail you are stepping on, the wound you are pretending doesn't hurt, and the door you are too scared to open. Do not wake up and forget them. Do this tonight. Place a notebook and a pen next to your bed. The moment you wake up, before you check your phone, before you think about work, write it down. Write down any fragment you remember, an emotion, a color, a location. Do that for 30 days. Slowly, you will not just see dreams, you will begin to understand them. You will recognize your own personal code, because the subconscious never lies, and it will never stop trying to talk to you. My question to you is, what is your most recurring dream? And after listening to this analysis, what do you think it is trying to tell you? Share your metaphor in the comments below.